You are in the Temple of the Rants, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Emma Frankenstein, who says, "Woohoo! I have two prompts you can choose from for April, Digi, and if neither appeals to you, I can think of something else. Take a look. One, if you're into Harry Potter at all, or unsure if you're into Harry Potter at all, but one of my favorite things to ask people is what memory they would tap into to cast a Patronus charm. What do you think yours would be, and why do you think it would trump all other positive memories you keep on file? If you're not familiar with the Patronus charm, following the clip from the third movie pretty much covers it. Obviously, this is a fairly personal question, and it's pretty basic, so if you'd rather not do this one, check out my idea for a different prompt below." Alright, let's check out this scene from the third movie. I'm guessing you just have to tap into a really positive memory. Powerful, happy memory. Um, well, the first one that came to mind, I don't know if I am allowed to talk about, because it's highly sexual in nature. Um, but it involves uh, it involves a school uniform and a braid and being on my back. That's the first thing that came to my head. That and weirdly, the memory of my mom saving me when I was drowning as a kid. There was a time when I was like 6 or so where I fell into a pool and I didn't know how to swim yet. And I was like just short enough. It was an overground pool. It was only like 3 feet tall, but I was I was short fucking kid, and I couldn't quite reach the bottom, and like I just remember flailing for like a couple seconds, and then my mom had jumped in and pulled me out, fully clothed, and I just thought she was a badass. So I guess, yeah, memory of knowing I could rely on my mom, and also the memory of achieving peak happiness in my life would be the two that sprung to my mind immediately. Number two, uh, rant about the three people, living or deceased, you would invite to a dinner party and why. This one's a classic, of course, and feel free to share your runners-up and why they missed your top three. If you want to make it more relevant to your channel's bread and butter and narrow down your options, you can make it the top three people in the anime industry. Again, living or deceased, you'd want to invite over to a dinner party. In the latter case, a translator wouldn't count on towards your three. Again, if you'd rather not rant about either of these, let me know and I'll come up with something else. Fuck the anime industry. I want Hunter Thompson, Oscar Wilde, and Dick Masterson in my dinner party. I think that the reason Dick gets to come is that I think he'd be just as excited to hang out with the other two guys as I am. Hunter Thompson would obviously have heard of Oscar Wilde. I don't know if Oscar Wilde would even have fun, but I think we'd all just be wanting to listen to him talk. These guys are all big influences on me, and Oscar Wilde, I guess I would describe us all as people who enjoy finding ways to describe how much we hate society, and think everyone is stupid. Like, Oscar Wilde's writing is very much from the perspective of somebody who sort of hedonistically is enjoying himself, being a man of the arts, of an understanding, but not taking himself all that seriously, and just kind of making fun of and scoffing at the world around him. In his very cheeky, aphoristically driven writing style is always fun. Hunter Thompson, it's funny because when you think Oscar Wilde, you think of like, I don't know if it's Victorian era, but like the late 1800s aristocracy of Britain. He was a what's the word I'm looking for? A Ponce? He's just like a guy, he was from like the rich Englishmen, the men of the court sort of thing. So he has like a very posh way of speaking. Hunter Thompson, the exact opposite. Very gruff, very American, rough and tumble, criminal, drug guy, dude who's about like fear and loathing. He was all about paranoia and making your way through life via paranoia and not trusting anything and, you know, viewing the world as this crazy fucked place where everything is out to fuck you and you have to fuck it first, sort of. And then, of course, Dick Masterson, who I think is somewhere in the interstice between those, in that he obviously portrays the hyper-masculine sort of ideal of Hunter Thompson, but is not himself. Like, he does some crazy stuff, but he's not fucking insane the way Hunter Thompson is. He's more doing it from the ivory tower of L.A., you know, of being on the internet and being a guy who talks and makes up aphorisms for a living. I guess I'd put all three of them on a sliding scale of this same attitude, you know, of how much, you know, boots on the ground, going out and doing crazy shit they do versus how much sitting around and talking like an asshole and making everybody look stupid they do. But they all three do both. So, you know, this is the crowd I want to hang around with. I think that would be a hell of a fun dinner party. Yeah, that's my go. We're sticking with that.